Good day, future educators. We are the Group 1 and we are tasked to report about the topic motor control. But before we kick in, and jump into the topic, Group 1 would like to introduce ourselves for you to meet the group. Mel Andre Abiliar, Lexi Delisay Amake, Faye Agustino, Noel Bagayo, Jessica Bagonok, and Kyla Balicuatro.
Hi, my name is Jessica Bagana from the Bped 1A, and my topic is about motor control. So first, let's define what is motor control. Motor control is defined as the ability to regulate or direct a mechanism essential movement. Also, the motor control is defined as the regulation of movement that passes in the nervous system. It includes the reflexes as well as the direct movement. To control the movement, the nervous system must integrate multimodal sensory information and elicit the necessary signals to recruit muscles to carry out goal. As what I mentioned, the nervous system includes the central nervous system. It's made up by the brain and the spinal cord. Brain control how we think, learn, and move, while the spinal cord carries message back and forth. Also, the motor nerve system is carrying message or signals to your muscles or glands to help you move your body and function. Example of the motor controls is jumping in rope, sports such as boxing, because the repeated coordination of the athlete's footwork and the hand in the act of skipping improves the athlete's overall coordination. So the motor control defined as the process of initiating, directing, gender purposeful voluntary movement. So the voluntary movement, this kind of movement that direct of a person by which controlled by the skeletal muscles. For the examples is like a walking, talking, dancing, running, and etc. So next, how we can understand motor control to help a practice tuners. I have here understand, explain, limits, potential, and elicit. Understand and analyze the basis of the motor control theories for understanding to overcome the performance problems. Explain how the motor skills performance constraints. Evaluate the new intervention strategies and help the practitioners to be better.
Good day, teachers. I am Lexi Delisay Amake, and I'll be discussing and explaining the motor control theory. The organization and production of movement is a complex problem. That is why the study of motor control has been approached from different or wide range of disciplines, including psychology, cognitive science, biomechanics, and neuroscience. The nature of movement. Movement emerges from interactions between individual, task, and environment. So basically, there is no movement at all when one of those is missing. It saddens me because students who are preparing for professions in which their primary responsibilities involve motor skill instruction often question the need to study motor control theory. But for me, I think it is very important for us, especially educators in the field of physical education, wherein movement is part of our language. Motor control theory, like any other theory, it provides an explanation for why observable phenomena or behavior exist the way that they do. Example, the coordination of your hands, feet, and eyes during basketball, to the way your body quickly moves using reflexes the very moment it touches a hot pan or hot surface, to the very movement of your fingers the very moment it touches or it types using the keyboard. Motor control theory helps us understand and explain how motor skill performance constraints, limits, potential, and defeat it. Motor control theory also provides us a foundation on which practitioners can base many tasks and responsibilities. Motor control theory enables practitioners to first, motor, motor control theory enables practitioners to first identify performance problems. Second, as the problem is already identified, they could develop intervention strategies that could prevent problems to occur. Third is to predict strategies' effectiveness, whether it is effective or not, and lastly, develop approach to increase performance capability. Motor control theories include the production of reflexive, automatic, adaptive, and voluntary movement, and as well as the performance of efficient, coordinated, goal-directed movement pattern which involves multiple body systems like input, output, and central processing, and lastly, the multiple levels within the nervous system. All in all, I would like to share the relevance of motor control theory for the practitioner. A benefit of a basic understanding of motor control theory is that it provides the practitioner with a base of support in which he or she can develop effective skills, instruction, and practice environments. Illustrates the connection between theory and practice by indicating some of the many applications that will be enhanced with a practitioner has knowledge about the variables that influence motor skill performance.
There are two essential issues important to a theory of motor control, and one of these is coordination. So body coordination, it is the ability to execute smooth, accurate, controlled motor responses. Optimal interaction of muscle function. Coordination is the ability to select the right muscle at the right time with proper intensity to achieve action. So examples of this are jump rope, jumping jack, juggling, and swimming. So coordination is about our motor skills and can be broken up into fine and gross motor skills. So we all know what is fine and gross motor skills. Gross motor skills are walking, kicking, jumping, and much more, while fine motor skills are the small movements and the ease they are performed.
Degrees of freedom problem. A control problem that occurs in the designing of a complex system that must procedure a specific result. The design problem involves determining how to constrain the system many degrees of freedom so it can be procedure the specific result. For example, walking. When we're walking, of course, we need to move. We need to step our feet forward to have balance. That is our control system. Next, it refers to the elements of components, the number of ways each component can act. In reflection, this can be connected in elements of component, wherein the variety of components can be act or executed. The degrees of freedom problem.
The motor control functions in the following way. First is the task that needs to be completed is identified. Next is that the body gathers sensory information from the environment, then perceives or understands the information. And last, chooses a movement plan, appropriate plan to meet the goal of the task. Like for example, you have a goal that you want to be physically fit, and in order to achieve that, you need to have a movement planner wherein you can follow and arrange a specific task that you need to perform.
Plan is coordinated within central nervous system, executed through motor neurons and brainstem and spinal cord. Outcome communicated to the muscle and postural and limb synergies and in the head and neck. Motor units timed to fire in a specific manner. For example, motor nerves carry signals to your muscles or glands to help you move and function.
Sensory feedback supplied to the CNS by the movement. Decision taken too. First is to modify the plan during execution. And keep in mind that we need to perform it properly so that we can avoid injuries. Second, acknowledge the goal of the task to be achieved. And lastly, store the information for future performance of the same task goal combination. Like we need to preserve it so that we have references in the future if we need to do it again.
That is all we got with the topic motor control. Thank you so much for listening, teachers.